Video is movement. It's a motion medium. Subjects in the frame should move, and when appropriate, we move the camera, all for the sake of movement. Because without movement, you've got, well, a photograph. So why not apply movement to the little things that we occasionally have to shoot? You know, tabletop items, product shots. This week, I'll show you how to put a new spin on shooting and lighting tabletop items. Oh yeah, look at that baby. Now, shooting product shots on a turntable certainly isn't anything new. This guy here happens to be a handmade jobber, and as much as I'd like to show you how I made it, unfortunately that's going to have to be a topic for another show. But there are turntables out there you can get with variable speed motors. They come in all different shapes and sizes and little bells and whistles to make them worth the while. Now, just shooting a product on a turntable alone is just one element of making a good looking product shot. Without any little flair, there's nothing to make it interesting. It's just a product spinning round and round. So, how do you make this shot interesting? Lighting. All right, well, first up, we need to get this item framed up. And to do that, since most tabletop items you shoot are fairly small, I like to get the camera back far and then zoom in. This helps me to either throw the background out of focus a little better or pick up any little details on the item, if that's the case. Now, I also like to make sure when I frame this up that I'm cropping out, just the bottom of the turntable and where it just looks like it's floating freely on an item and spinning around. I'll also maybe leave a little room on one side in case you want to make a graphic out of this and put some text. This is kind of just a rough framing to give me an idea where to put the lights, but it's a good starting point. Let's go ahead and do a backdrop now. When it comes to backgrounds, I like to use a black, a gray, or even a combination of the two. That way I can let the light that I'm not hitting in areas just kind of fall off to black. Now, you can use pretty much anything you want for a background. You can even use a bare wall if you don't have anything else. But I tend to like to use a fabric background just because I like the way it soaks up the light that I throw onto it. And it also tends to give a certain richness to colored gels or lights with colored gels on them. All right, this background here has kind of a gray gradient spray painted into it, which is going to kind of give a cool texture to the out of focus background, which is really nice. You can either paint one of these yourself with some fabric paint, or you could purchase them fairly inexpensively. Now let's go ahead and throw some light on this thing, and we'll see how she's looking, huh? Okay, good. Well, let's go ahead and kill these overhead lights so we can see what this light's doing for us. There we are. And it looks like we need to make a few more adjustments, so I'll just run back there in the dark and dial that right in. Good. Soften that just a hair. Kind of like that. Fix this one little crease. Okay, let's light this product up now. Now, I usually go simple with this, usually just one light. And since I love using lights with a softbox attached to them, I usually find that one light like this is enough to shower a product this size with enough soft light. Now, softboxes are also great for lighting talent for interview situations. I'd probably use one a little bit bigger than this one, but that's a topic we'll cover another day as well. Now, as far as this goes, let's go ahead and get this baby on and see how we're looking. Good. Now, as far as placement goes for the light, I've put it at about the 1 o'clock position to the product. By 1 o'clock, that means that if the product was dead center on a clock face and the camera was in the 6 o'clock position, the light is about the 1 o'clock position. By doing this, it gives the product a nice rim as well as some spill to light up the front. It also gives the product a nice shine as it moves around the turntable. It's a nice effect. Now all that's left is adding some fill. Now this next step couldn't get much simpler. We just basically need a spare light stand and a cheap hunk of white foam core. This is going to act as our fill. I'll take this foam core and I'll just get it up here on the table, and I'm just using the light stand to balance this foam core at an angle that's going to take the light coming from our softbox and bounce it up into the face of our product. That's just going to help bring out some of the details and make this product shine. Let's have a look. Very nice. See how the product kind of stands out now? It looks cool because it's moving around and around, and the light adds interest to the product and helps it shine. And it's picking up these weird little highlights and just kind of adds a little glisten to the product and makes it shine. Makes it look really cool. Without fill? Boink. With fill? Boink. Now another technique that I'll occasionally throw into this setup, just to add a little flair, is physically moving the key light or sometimes even the background light. What it does is kind of give the product a reveal type of look. And I'll simply do it by just loosening up the stand that the light is on and swivel it backwards like this. So what we've got there is just a dark object spinning around. All right, shed some light on it and bingo, we have a product. It's just another way of spicing things up and just adding a little more movement to your shot. Let's recap, shall we? Let's recap. Okay, turntable spinning, background up. Key light up to 1 o'clock position, roughly. And white foam core for the bounce. Bingo. Well, that pretty much does it for this week. You know what's great about this technique is you can apply it to pretty much any product shoot that you do. Combine a shot like this with an editor's toolkit element or even a jump back and your possibilities are endless. So turn your next product shoot around and give your client a high-end look with pretty little effort. Well, that's it for this week. Thanks a lot for watching. Good luck.